marriage wisdom for wives who want a long marriage. And this is part of wife life right here, what I'm doing. Washing my dishes. I got certain dishes that I want in the dishwasher and certain things that I want to wash by hand. So this is something that I chose to do for myself. I chose early in my marriage to keep my house clean. He cleans, but he don't clean like I like it. So, and most men are not going to. Not that they don't want to, they just don't have that in them. Some have it, some don't. And to keep the frustration down, the resentment down, because resentment can start from something just as simple as washing dishes, or just as simple as you being overwhelmed and feel like he could be doing something more. You may not realize that he needs to do something more. Sometimes you have to have that adult talk and come to an agreement. And actually, I think this should be part of marriage, premarital teaching. Because there's some things that you need to decide early in your marriage, whether or not you want to do or not. Some things he's gonna do, that's just in him. He's gonna do it, no matter how many arguments you get into, he's gonna do it. And the reason I say that is because Jake is doing some things that he used to do back in the 80s. He's still doing them right now. He has not skipped a beat in doing it. So I had to realize that that's just who he is, that he's going to do that. There's nothing against me. He's not trying to be mean. He's not trying to be lazy. That's just who he is. And it was how he was raised. So I can't get mad with him for being raised and remembering the things that his mama taught him, because it wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't nothing bad. It was how she ran her household. So she ran her household that way, and it sucked. So you can't get mad with somebody about that. You can't re-raise somebody that's grown. And you hear they say a lot, old habits. Sometimes old habits are hard to die or get rid of. That's true. Old habits are sometimes hard to get rid of. I love this collapsible bowl. But sometimes old habits are hard to get rid of. So, you just want to, I call it pick my battles. I pick my battles. I pick what is worth my energy and what's not. And I had to get to that point in life. I had to get there because marriage is just hard by itself without you making it worse for yourself. And some things we just as women make it worse for ourselves when it's really not all of that. It's a saying or a scripture. It's a scripture actually, but some people don't want to hear about it as a scripture. So I'm going to just say there's a saying that it's better to live on the rooftop than in the house with a quarrelsome woman. That's deep. If that is in the Bible, that means that's the issue for women. That means that's something that we do. And it's more peaceful not to be in the house. So and you have to remember, we set the temperature. I don't care what anybody tells you. You are the thermometer in your house. You set that temperature in that house. If you happy, everybody happy. You ever heard them say happy wife, happy life? That's true. Because if you're not happy, baby, ain't nobody in that house happy. I don't care how much they look like they're happy, they not happy. You see them couples, and you know that she's not a happy woman, but when they on the outside, they act like they're happy, they're not happy. They probably don't even speak to each other in the house. And I can't even imagine living with somebody I don't speak to. They might not even be sleeping in the same bed. And girl, or man, whoever's listening, whoever this is for, there's no way I'm not sleeping with my husband. I'm about to be 70 soon, and I'm still sleeping with him. The only time I don't sleep in the bed with him is been when I've been out of town or one of us were in the hospital. Now, that's the only time. Otherwise, I snuggle up right next to my honey. He's 75. He's turned 75. That's not something that we ever did. So that will draw a wedge in your marriage faster than anything else. That will put him in somebody else's bed faster than anything else. And trust me, the woman that have the bed have the ear. And I'm not talking about the side woman that have the bed while you still have the bed too. I'm talking about the side woman that have the bed because you in another bed. She have the ear, not you. So I say that to say don't leave your bedroom under no circumstance. If he snores, give him something to help him snore. To help him not snore. They got a little stuff I think they put across their nose. Give him something like that. Don't leave your bedroom. Because that is almost the end of the relationship. You might still be in the house together, but that be all. That be it. You can say it like that. That be it. So you don't want to do that. And you don't want to jump on him the minute he goes in the door. Let the man breathe. Just like you want to breathe. You want to breathe. You don't want nobody questioning you. Every time you just blink your eyes, they questioning you. Every time a text message comes on your phone, you getting the third degree. Well, you don't want to get the third degree either. I know I don't. When I get a text message, I don't want Jake asking me, who that from? Why they texting you this time of night? What they want? I don't want Jake asking me that. And I'm definitely not going to ask him. Let me tell you. He leave his phone around here. I do not go scrolling through his phone because when you go looking for stuff, you find it. And if you ain't ready to find it, you don't need to be going to look for it. Now, if you're ready to find it, then you do you. But I'm trustworthy. I consider myself trustworthy in his presence and out of his presence. Meaning, your spouse should be able to trust you with everything about him. Everything. Whether he's there with you or whether he's not. He should be able to trust you with everything. And I'm just talking to women. Because I'm not a man. I can't tell a man how to be a man because I've never been a man. I can only talk to women about how to be a woman. And just some stuff is just not your energy because even if he's doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing, you the one getting all stressed out and upset. He's still enjoying himself. So you have to make the decision. Is it worth you staying or is it worth you leaving? I can tell you this. A lot of people that I know, because I know a few, that ended their marriage. And now, down the road, they wish they had stayed because The person turned out to be all right. They went through a season. We all have seasons. None of us is perfect. None of us. All of us do things that the other person don't approve of. Or all of us say things that we wish we shouldn't have said. The Lord knows I've said some stuff. I've said some hurtful stuff that I wish I could take back. But can't take it back. I said some stuff that did a lot of damage to my marriage. And it took years. And when I say years, it took years to get him to trust me again. Never cheated on my husband. Never told my personal bedroom drama to another man. Never done that, because even though you're not sleeping with him, if you tell him your personal drama, your bedroom drama, you might as well. Because that's just as bad. And in some places, that's even worse. That's even worse. So, I don't share my personal bedroom drama. Matter of fact, I don't share it with women either. I keep the women out of my house. And that's just me. I'm old school. I keep them out of my house. I only have 3 female friends. But that's just me. And they definitely ain't hanging in my house. So, but that's not what I wanted to talk to y'all about. I wanted to talk to y'all about marriage wisdom. And that's just, if you're thinking about getting married, I got a lot of dishes. I had a lot of company. You know, I'm thinking about being married, and you're not married yet. Look at how he treat his mama. I'm not talking about how he treat his mama monetarily either. Because he might treat his mama very well, and the women in his family very well monetarily. But respect-wise, he might not have no respect for them. And if he ain't got no respect for them, he's not going to have no respect for you either. So, when you're choosing a mate, you want to pay attention to that type of stuff when you're choosing a mate. You also, if you've been hurt, been violated physically in your body, and that thing still pricks. You watch TV shows and it still sets you off emotionally. Before you say I do, get yourself some counseling. Because you're going to need it. I'm just going to say that. Before you say I do, get yourself some counseling. And I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Because it happened to me. And it wasn't until I got myself straight talking to somebody that I was able to let that thing go. And once I was able to let that thing go, it helped a lot of areas in my marriage. And that's just because certain things that he would do, or just, matter of fact, he could have been cutting the grass and came in the house, and the smell from the grass and the sweat and all that set me off. Sent me back to something that he didn't even know me at the time. But I was back in that place. And because I was back in that place, it damaged my marriage. So I say that to say, and if you're married and you got that stuff going on, get yourself some counseling. Healing has to come forth within you first before it comes forth in your marriage. So I just say that to say that, because it happened to me. It happened to me. I had a date rape, and that thing stuck with me. It terrified me. And then I got married, and he could have been cutting the grass, and sometimes he'd come in the house after cutting the grass, and if he put his hands on me, my skin literally crawled. And it wasn't because of him, because I loved him with all my heart. But that smell threw me back into the place of the mind of when I had gotten raped. That smell reminded me of that man. It wasn't my husband's fault. Matter of fact, he didn't even know about it. So he thought that that he was repulsive to me, and it had nothing to do with it. But because of that, he started to step back in the marriage. He started not to be as affectionate as he could have been, because he thought he was turning me off, and he wasn't. So I say that to say, if anything like that going on with you, and there's no shame in getting some help. It really isn't, because it helps me. I came up during the time where you kept all your business in your house. You didn't tell everybody everything, which wasn't a good thing. This was a generation that we believe in getting help. Get yourself some help. And if you find you just nagging him, you just want to know what he's doing every minute of the day, let the man breathe. Let him breathe, okay? Because you know yourself, when you constantly telling somebody what they're doing, if they're not doing it, guess what? They're going to start doing it, because you're doing two things. You're accusing them of it, and you're calling that thing into your presence. Because your words have action. They have power. They have power. Whether people realize it or not, your words have power. So, if you accusing them of something every day, and you may not be doing it, you might find yourself with somebody that will start doing it, because, hey, I might as well, because I'm going to get blamed for it anyway. So you don't want that. So, and if you don't have no proof that that's what he's doing, if that's just your intuition, now I'm a believer in my intuition now. I believe that. But I use it with common sense. So if I believe something's going on, I just shut my mouth and pay attention. Because you can only hide something for so long. It's going to come out. A liar can't remember every lie that they tell. It's going to come out. So, you don't have to frustrate yourself about it. Just keep living your life. And trust me, it's going to come out. If he's doing something he ain't got no business doing, or he's doing something that you don't, want to be a party of, it's going to come out. Anything you put time on will actually show it to you. The time will tell you and show you everything you want to know about a person's character, about who they are as a man, whether what he say he really believes, whether he walk the walk that he talk. Because like I say, when I was talking about the women in their family, if they don't respect, if they telling you they respect the women in their family, but their actions, meaning the words that they say to the women in the family, how they talk to them, how they look upon them, if they look upon them as being less than, because you got men that will take care of their mom to the bone, Make sure she don't have no need for anything. But they don't respect her as a woman. Matter of fact, they don't even like her. They do what they do out of feeling guilty or feeling like they need to repay her for raising them or something like that. Or I don't even know what it is sometimes. But they'll do that, but they don't respect them. And you know how you know they don't respect them? They'll say stuff to them like, nobody asked you. Or, do you think? Or, always shutting you down. You know, when you're around, they always shutting their mother down, or they always shutting their sister down. The people, those women don't never have anything that they want to hear. That'll tell you right there. And if they treat them like that, they're going to treat you worse. So when you picking a mate, check that out. And if you already got him, you need to work on getting that taken care of. Work on getting him, because I believe that once something is brought to somebody's attention, that can be worked through. But if you don't speak to them about it, you can't fix nothing that nobody knows but you. That repair has to come from two people, not one, two. And then sometimes you might have the one that don't want no counseling. Just because he don't want none, don't mean you shouldn't if you need it. Because you want to heal and be in a better space in your mind and fit in your mind and in your body anyway, because I'm going to tell you, frustration, agitation, irritation will actually physically damage your body. It will physically. I don't say that because can't nobody tell me. For those who know, I have cancer. I'm gonna have cancer till the day I die. I get a treatment for it. I'm thriving well. But can't nobody tell me that cancer didn't come from me being so bound up in my body because of what happened to me. And not having a place, or not taking the opportunity or seeking a way to relieve that, to release it. And because I already had cancer by the time I started releasing that, because they said that cancer I had it 20 years by the time they found it. So when they found it, I was in my 40s, late 40s. I was 48, to be exact. So by the time they found it, it had already spread to my liver. So they said that I had already had it 20 years. So that means I had it in my 20s. It started back in my 20s when I got date raped back in my 20s. So that's where I pinpoint that too, because I was very traumatized behind that. I hit an addiction. Well, it really wasn't an addiction because I was able to put it down. But I would drink every night. Put my bottle up under the mattress. My husband had no idea. But that was the only way I could sleep. So that's why I say, y'all, if you got any of that going on, get that stuff checked out. That's another reason. If you don't do it for nobody but yourself, get that stuff checked out, because it can literally take your life. And I mean that. It really can. So get stuff checked out. Don't be such a nag. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you see what I got on my head? This is a upgraded bonnet. I might be in my pajamas, but I put a fresh pair on every morning, and I don't look like I roll out of bed and been like that all day. Because if you stay home mother, you probably got young kids, get a man something to look at when he come home. You know? That way you and have the house right. Have them kids in the bed so you can have some adult time. Put them kids to bed early. Get them up early. Put them to bed early. So you can have some adult time, because if he go lacking, trust me, somebody out there wants your good fortune. Because if you got somebody willing to let you stay home while he works, trust me, some chick out there looking at that and they want your good fortune. So fix yourself up. Be nice. Don't bum rush him with what happened all day. So they go through stuff too. You don't know who he been fighting off at work trying to be faithful to you. So don't make him sorry that he came home and rather be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And if you that man got a wife that taking care of the household and you working, because ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't no shame in that. There's no shame in that, because a lot of couples make that decision. There's no shame in that. If that's you, let her be able to relax when she come home. You know? Don't have her where she got to come home and cook and clean and you been at home all day. Because that's hard. That's hard. Because just being a woman and a wife is hard, because we have more things to do than just go to work. Where men just go to work most of the time. Most of the time, that's all they do is go to work and live their lives. Women have to keep up with the appointments, keep the records straight, keep the finances straight, keep the house straight, keep you straight, keep the children straight. It's just a lot that women have to do. And especially if she's working outside the home. Because if she's working outside the home, she's the 80. If she's working outside the home and coming, if she, you know, if y'all have a 50-50 marriage and both of y'all contributing to the bills, she's still the 80 because she's still doing the majority. And if you don't believe me, just sit back and do a check. Write everything down that she does and be honest about it. And write everything down that you do and be honest about it. And you decide who's the 80. And if you find that she's the 80, be nice to her. Little simple stuff. I mean, I broke my food processor. Dropped it. And this fell off. I was in here trying to use the other part to this so that I didn't have to buy another one, because this was expensive. And I said to Jake, I said, oh, I broke my food processor. Do you know, the next day, there was a bottle of Gorilla Glue sitting on the counter. I thought that was so sweet. Something just as simple as that said, I see you. I heard you, even though I didn't say anything, because he didn't say anything. He just said, oh, okay. But he went to Lowe's and got me. And I really appreciated that. You know, to some people that might seem silly or something, but something just as simple as that is more better to me than him taking me out to dinner. Because that told me that he heard me. That told me that because it meant something to me, it meant something to him. Okay? So sometimes it's not the big things. And then, like I said, when I first got married, I was he told me that he was gonna love me the rest of my life, and I was looking for it. I was like, when you gonna show me that? Not realizing he was showing me that the whole time, but I was looking at it in a way that I thought I should be receiving it. I didn't realize little stuff like that he was showing me. He got in his car and drove to New York, because I'm from New York, he's from South Carolina. We live here in South Carolina. He drove to New York to meet my grandmother. Got in his car back in the 80s, 90s. Got in his car, drove all the way to New York, knocked on my grandmother's door, met her, didn't even stay all day. Got back in his car and came back home. And he did that because that was my grandmother. He cut my mother's grass. He ride by, she lives up the street. If he see her grass need cutting, he say, I gotta cut her grass. He go cut her grass before he cut our grass. Because that's my mother. And I wasn't looking at that as him showing me love. I was looking for the grand gestures, you know. Why we not going out to dinner every day? Why you not putting a diamond on my finger every anniversary? Why you not doing this or that? And he was doing it all the time. And I realized that with maturity. I realized that with picking the women that I seek advice from, because you don't want advice from everybody. Because some people gonna join that pity party with you. I don't want nobody in my life gonna join a pity party with me. I want somebody in my life gonna say, girl, you was wrong for that. I'm just saying. I don't want nobody. You know, I don't share my business with folks other than my sister. And some things I don't share with her. And I'm sure the same thing with me. Some things she just don't share with me. But if you have somebody that you are confident in, make that be somebody that is gonna call it what it is no matter what. Not somebody that's gonna be like, girl, leave him. Because she might be encouraging you to leave him so she can get it. And trust me, that happens more than you think. So I ain't saying that so you can start looking at people's side eye either. I'm just saying be aware. Be intentional. So that's why I say I'm intentional about the things in my marriage. They say don't go to bed angry. I try not to. I try to say what I gotta say and be done with it. Because I'm an adult. I'm grown. So since I'm grown, I need to act like I'm an adult. I need to act like I'm grown. Adults, mature adults anyway, they work through things. Everything is not a reason to quit. When I got married for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. I don't know, some people say, oh, that wasn't in their marriage vows. Okay. But when you're choosing your spouse in life, you're choosing that person who's going to be there for you in sickness and in health. That's the person that, when your health go bad, have to step in for you. Because my husband will tell you, I'm that wife that when he was in the hospital, we was in the hospital. And when I say we was in the hospital, we was in the hospital. He was in the hospital bed 3 weeks. I was on the couch 3 weeks. Literally on the couch for 3 weeks. And when I went in there, I told the staff there, y'all take care of him medically. And y'all bring me what I need and I'll take care of him myself, because I already knew my husband don't like everybody looking at his body and stripping him down and stuff like that. And that would have been demeaning to him. And I already knew that because I know him. So I said that to say, I cleaned him. I bathed him because he was at a place where he couldn't do it for himself. So you in deciding that you're gonna be that wife, be that wife intentionally. You know, if you're not gonna be that type of wife, then you let him know that. You let him know, hey, something go down, you wind up in the hospital, you need a caretaker. You need to make arrangements for that, because I'm not gonna be that for you. And be honest about it. Don't wait till the person get down and let them find out, oh, you're not that person. So for my husband, no, he can trust in me, you know. But that's because I gave my word. That my word to me meant everything. So some people say, you know, when we were going through stuff, they were like, girl, you take too much. People who, because some stuff I went through, people knew, not because I was telling it, because they saw it. So, but just because they saw it didn't mean I sucked their advice. And I'm very careful about who I listen to. Like I said, I don't let everybody speak into my life. I just don't. Because not everybody really wants to see you succeed. Not everybody wants to. And you'd be surprised other people who don't want to see you. Some of them sometimes are family members. So I don't, you know. People I speak in my, that speak, are tried and true. But I mean that. Tried and true. I'm gonna just let everybody. You know. Kitchen almost done. Just wanted to talk to y'all for a little bit. Hopefully I passed on some good nuggets and wasn't just rambling, because I try to stay focused in what I'm saying so I can get what I need to say out without holding it too long. But marriage, I'm for marriage. I love being married. And I think a lot of women would like to be married. They just don't have the tools that they need to sustain a long marriage. So I'm here to help you sustain that long marriage. Okay? Because that is how long marriages are built. Bye.